Right, so
Hello.
hello everybody. Everybody. Boom. That's not everybody.
That's
That's
not it.
not how you spell everybody, but
Good job. Good job, Dan. You
everybody.
tried.
That's everybody. There we go. I can spell. Sweet. Right. And then we'll go to just chatting. Nice. Get this back up again. Okay, so get a new one of those up.
So,
So magic items.
have you ever heard of Orrery the Wanderer?
No, tell us about them.
It is it is basically a magic item from Acquisitions Incorporated, so that's why it's not very
Yeah.
it's very not very thing. And it's also incredibly if the villain gets this, you're doomed.
Okay.
Basically there is a thing with 6 parts and a frame. The frame is called Orrery the Wanderer, and there's a chronometer, a dimensional loop, a far gear, time speed piece of travel,
Okay.
and a wheel of stars, and the final item is the rotor of return.
Okay.
These are items all go into Oreo Wander. Each item can be put into an attunement slot, but if you have them all together, you can have them in all one attunement slot.
Nice.
The main theme of this is that they all been separated because some reason determined by the DM, or go with the official reason in Sword Coast, that the item gains its own will and it slowly corrupts you to visit more dangerous planes like the Shadowfell or Feywild, so you can die. Or if so, basically it's so overpowered, but the item is really strong. I'll just go over what its parts do, what don't corrupt you first. When attuned to this device, you get a +1 to. We'll start with the chronometer.
Yeah. Well,
When
can you send us the name of the item, and then I'll just type up some notes as you're chatting. So,
Yep,
Chronos meter or something.
yep, CHRONOLOMETER.
Okay.
This item is basically the divination's best dreams.
Nice.
Time Bandit is his first thing. On the start of your turn, roll a d6. No action required. On a 1 on 3, you slow down time, gaining an additional action on your turn and doubling your speed until the end of the turn.
Nice.
So basically, you can activate once per day a haste effect. And 4 through 6, you go forward in time to warn yourself of what is to come. The next time you fail a saving throw, attack roll, or ability check, you can
Yeah.
reroll the check and take either result.
Chronos Mancer. Is this meter? Is this an item, is it?
Yeah, this is
Um
part of the area.
okay.
And its second effect, this effect, chronometer,
Yeah.
is called Fate Swap. This is a piece of the Orrery of Wanderer. This is what it's like separated all into different pieces.
Okay.
They all require attunement. Unless you caught them all together, then they only require one attunement slot.
Mm. Okay.
So this is the new thing. Fate Swap. As a reaction, when a creature you see within 30 feet of you takes damage,
Yeah.
that creature gets an additional action if it's a creature's turn, or can take an action immediately even though it isn't the creature's turn.
Yeah.
Once you use this feature of the chronometer, it cannot be used again until next on. So basically, you give anything a legendary action
Nice.
to do anything like a free action that turn.
Yeah.
even if it's not their turn.
That's pretty cool.
It's basically a divinator's dream, and this thing could be like a campaign like ender, because like a bad guy wants all these things, all these items, to get the Aura of Wander to combine them all, because that's basically what they are.
Yeah.
You also get a +1 to intelligence saving throws. You also gain one language you do not know. And add it to your languages. So you gain a language and all the other features I just told you.
That's pretty sweet. From this one item.
Yes.
And what does the item look like?
It looks like it doesn't really have an image.
Okay.
So we can make it anything we want it to look like, basically.
Cool. Cool.
But here's the thing. While this component is not installed in the basic item, like its frame,
Yeah.
the magic might sporadically or with unexpected side effects as determined by the DM.
Yeah.
So you as a DM can determine any side effects you want from the item.
Fair enough.
There are six pieces, so I'm going to tell you the next piece. Dimensional loop is the next one. What is basically a circle with a dimension with a whole bunch of dimensions planes, I think, on it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it actually looks like because it has no image. When attuned to this device, you have a +1 to strength saving throws, and you have dark vision out of range of 60 feet. If you already have dark vision, its range increases by 30 feet.
Okay.
Dimensional Cloak it's one of its main abilities. As a bonus action, you can send your bodies out of phase with the material world for 1 minute, giving you advantage on dexterity stealth checks and made to hide,
Yeah.
and imposing disadvantage on attack rolls against you.
Okay.
This is basically a rogue's dream.
A rogue's dream. Yeah. Yeah.
And then its other ability is Fold Space. Choose a space within you can see is 60 feet of you. No action required. You can take this space as if it was within 5 feet of you until the end of your turn. This allows you to move immediately to that space without provoking opportunity attacks or to interact with objects or creatures in that space, as though you were right next to you.
Yeah.
Excluding and making it able to make melee attacks within that space. Once you use this feature of the Dimensional Loop, it cannot be used until next dawn.
Okay.
So that's the Dimensional Loop. This is... I don't know what would be used for this one, actually. It's called a Far Gear, which is another part of this item. Aberrant allies. You conjured an aberrant creature from the chaos of the multiverse to serve you. This functions as a conjure celestial spell. No concentration required, except for the creature you summon is an aberration of a challenge rating 4 or lower. Once you use this feature,
Yeah.
you can't use it again long rest. But basically, you get a free aberration you can summon at any time without any concentration.
It's pretty sweet.
Oh yeah, you also get a +1 to charisma saving throws, and you have advantage on the intimidation checks.
Nice.
And the last feature is you can cast Bane, what does require concentration for one, but you can do it on unlimited creatures that are within range of Bane for 1 minute.
Yeah.
So I don't know who would use. I know some class spellcasters would love this. Basically,
So what? So can you send me the names of each of the items that you've talked about so far?
yep. I'll send you Dimensional Loop.
Yep. So.
bar gear. Now, the next magic item is basically meant for getting away or travel.
Okay.
So, while attuned to this device, it's called a timepiece of travel. So
dimensional loop. Okay. And far here. Okay.
the next item is a timepiece of travel.
Can you send us that?
Yep, I already did.
Cool.
While attuned to the device, you have +1 to dexterity saving throws, and you always know which way is north. Additionally, you can cast Longshot spell on
Timepiece
your
of travel sounds awesome.
Yep.
Yep.
Turn by turn directions. You can name any location within 10 miles of your current location that is known to at least one creature also within 10 miles of that location, including you. Once you name the location, a disembodied voice heard only by you provides direction to a location by the safest, most direct route.
That's
The
very
voice
cool.
knows how to avoid natural hazards so it does not send you through trackless wilderness or into a lake, but has no ability or knowledge to help you with avoid monsters, enemies, traps, or locked doors,
So
and the like.
magical. It's like a Dungeon Dragon sat nav, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
The timepiece of power has no use of reaching locations that are wholly secret or not known to any creatures within range. Once you use this feature of timepiece of travel, it cannot be used for after a long rest. And its other feature, what is literally just is out of there. As action, you can cast the teleport spell.
Nice.
So it's literally it's the ultimate direction man.
Yep.
So it can teleport you, and it's basically the best thing for if you want to travel.
That does sound awesome. Yeah.
The next one is called a Wheel of Stars.
Okay.
This is oh yeah, I forgot to mention. All of these are part of all of these can be combined into one magical item.
All right.
So that's why if the villain gets it, you're screwed.
What does it
You're
combine
just.
into?
I'll tell you after this.
Okay.
Basically, while attuned to this device, so the Wheel of Stars, you gain the +1 to Wisdom saving throws. You can also use your action to cast Dancing Lights, Guidance, and Message cantrips.
Yeah.
The next ability, Portent of the Stars, which is also a divinator's dream. As a reaction, when a creature you conceive sits within 60 feet of you makes an attack roll, saving throw, or ability attack, you can make that creature roll a d10 to add and subtract the number rolled, your choice, from the roll. Once you use this feature of the Wheel of Stars, it cannot be used again for a long rest. So basically, if you're attacking, I can make you roll a d10 and subtract that number.
Yeah.
It's basically Bane on one of your attacks or saving throws.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
The other ability, Alter Gravity, is as the action you cast Fly on yourself or cast Levitate. Spell say 15. Once you use this feature, you can't be used again. So basically, it's also pretty good.
Yeah.
Now the next one I don't know about honestly.
Okay.
Called the Rotor of Return. These are all official magic items, by the way.
Cool.
You have about +1 to Constitution saving throw. You periodically receive flashbacks of old memories, and you can unerringly recall any event that took place within the last 30 days. So basically, it says, DM, you have to tell me anything that happened in the last 30 days with me. I don't care if I don't have to make history checks.
Nice. Okay.
Next object is borrow object. You can basically steal a mundane object for like with 50 gold pieces or less when it's not magical,
Okay.
or any similar item, or actually any item within item selected within the DM's permission.
Yeah.
The summoned item is transported to you from someplace in the world, but is in generic in nature. So you might call for a longsword, but you cannot borrow a specific creature's longsword. The item disappears after 10 minutes after it appears.
Imagine if you're the one that has that long sword and it just disappears and then reappears. You'd be like, what?
Yep.
You'd be like, what the? What just happened?
Yeah. And its other ability, Recall Code. As an action, you can set a current location at a point as a point of return locked onto the rotor. Anytime thereafter, you can use a bonus action to teleport to the rotor's point of return, as long as you're within 500 feet of that point.
Yeah.
Once you use the rotor of return to teleport, this feature cannot be used again until next dawn. So basically, it's a weaker teleport.
Yeah.
And all together,
Is that all the rotor of return? Is that or is it something else?
that's all of it.
Okay.
It's not as good as the other ones, as you see.
Well, I mean, they all have their uses, and you said you can combine them.
Yep, they're all a part of one magic item, which is called Orrery the Wanderer. Orrery of the Wanderer.
Okay.
Which has its uses. It's just a frame, even if it loses everything. So it's technically a 7-piece item.
Cool.
So think of the rod of 7 pieces of old D&D would literally just grant you a wish when you put them all together. They're basically the Dragon Balls.
Yeah.
But this one's not the Dragon Balls. They are... So, random properties, the following... It has 2 minor beneficial properties, 1 major beneficial property, and 1 major detrimental property from the DMG, basically. Some magic items can give you random good properties and bad properties.
Yeah.
Without its component, just the frame, it can, with or without its components, the Orrery lets you catch blah blah blah. Sorry, let me talk again.
It's okay.
With or without its components, the Orrery lets you catch momentary glimpses of the future that warn you of danger. As long as the Orrery is within your 30 feet of you, you gain +1 to AC.
Yeah.
So basically, it gives you glimpses of the future.
Nice.
Into the Void, without its components, the attunement Orrery fuses your spirit with a tremendous energy over planes. Over time, your alignment changes to chaotic neutral. And you are compelled to engage and explore the most dangerous planar realms. So basically, the reason why it was shattered in the first place is it got corrupted.
Yeah.
Anyone who tunes to it just wants to visit the most dangerous of dangerous realms. And do dangerous crap. So that's why it got shattered and lost a lot of its power, and its parts are now used as magic items, what are not corrupted.
Yeah.
So, but when all 6 parts are components of the Orrery of the Wanderer are installed, the artifact has 7 charges. And all of its abilities, what it previously had, are now in this one item.
Nice.
And you can use an action to have 7 charges to do these things. 1 charge, you can cast Contact Other Plane. 3 charges, Demi-Plane. Wait, no. 3 charges contact of the plane. 6 charges is demiplane. 7 charges you can cast gate. 5 charges you can cast plane shift. And 3 charges you can cast teleportation circle. Orrery gains 1d4 charges a daily at dawn. So basically, when you get this Orrery of Wanderer, you are basically now a super boss.
Nice.
Of the most dangerous level, because you are now a planeswalker. What is known as what are known to be some of the most dangerous people in D&D.
It kind of makes sense. I was going to say it seems like a planeswalker type deal, yeah.
This is an item that automatically makes you a planeswalker.
Yeah. And that's the Orrery of what's that? Orrery of the Wanderer. Is that the
Yep.
item you're talking about?
Yep.
Cool. I mean, yeah. I mean, from all the items, yeah. Like teleporting
It was split apart
and
because it was
gravity, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I was thinking we could use like that as a villain, trying to get all those parts one time.
Yeah.
But they're all hidden and guarded because they're freaking dangerous.
Well, it makes sense. It makes sense, yeah. But these are the sorts of items you can use as inspirations for other things as well, you know?
Yep.
So it's quite cool. It's like the mirror that you were talking about yesterday.
Yep.
You know? So you can use it obviously like with D&D, it's about imagination and using things like getting inspiration and then making it your own. So yeah.
Yeah. That what I wanted to do with these items is make it something completely different.
Yeah.
Instead of Orrery the Wanderer, it's a magic item that is they're all the pieces are sentient.
Oh, that'd be quite cool, yeah.
Yeah, and someone took all their spirits, like all the spirits of the original people, and fused them all together into one object, and it got shattered again by someone who defeated them.
Yeah.
So instead,
cool.
all 6 objects are now separated, but the main guy has one of the spirits would be the main frame and wants to collect them all together when none of them want to be together again.
That's true. Well, yeah. I mean, it's good to do your own thing with your own items. But yeah, that's the item conversation that we wanted to have today. So we'll wrap it up with that, shall we?
Yep.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks for that, Gabe. And thank you everybody for stopping by. And ending the stream now. So thanks everybody. Cheerio.